What up everyone, this is Scat bringing you another game from the Burswood Super Amateur StarCraft 2 Invitational held in November of 2011. This is game number 2 of the winners bracket final between UnKnOwN, the Protoss player down here on bottom left on Shakuras Plateau, and the blue Terran hiphop, who is currently one game up in this series, which is a best of 5. So coming into game number 2, and we'll slow it back down to faster speed as we start getting into the game now. We've got Refinery up, 1 gas, Barracks, Orbital Command coming up right now for the Terran player. Meanwhile, in the yellow camp for the Protoss player UnKnOwN, Cybernetics Core coming up. Nothing crazy. Gas, scouting workers getting chased around, and a Marine is going to drive away at this probe. Meanwhile, looks like Hip Hop is going to wall himself in at the natural expansion. This is a very good map for it. Of course, you can easily secure your natural expansion here instead of building your wall in here at the main base, and take your natural whenever you need. Meanwhile, our Protoss player just chrono boosting out another early Stalker. He does this every game. He gets 2 Stalkers and then goes into Warp Prism play. Are we going to see this again in game number 2? It was quite effective in the first game, but a bit of lag and a bit of bad micro, and he lost his forces early on. So here we go. 1 Stalker out. Are we going to see anything familiar from UnKnOwN? We've got second gas coming down. Warp gate research is about halfway done. Bunker coming up at the front. Hip Hop doesn't want any trouble. He's just going to sit here and try to expand by the looks of it. Factory going down as well. This Stalker's going to clean up the scouting SCV. Or is it? Yes it is. Second Stalker out as well. No problem of getting scouted there. And a gateway and robotics facility coming down, so UnKnOwN going for his usual tricks, pushing out with 2 Stalkers and getting his robo up. There's the third gateway, 4 gate, 1 robo, exactly the same as last game, and we're very used to seeing this from UnKnOwN. Meanwhile, Hip Hop loading up his bunker at the front and completing the wall off with Marauders. UnKnOwN's not going to be able to do any damage here. Needs to pull back and take some hull damage on the Stalker before pulling out of there in time. SCV coming down to repair. Are we going to see the expansion go up? 400 minerals, and there's the expansion. Nice, safe timing. 6.5 minutes into the game, and seeing that your opponent has got 2 early Stalkers, you can easily expand off that without much problem. But he is going to need a scout to see what's going on now. Looks like the Warp Prism is almost done. All of these units selected. It looks like he's going to go for another big drop. Warp gates already. There it is. Loaded up. 4 gate Warp Prism play. Here it comes, going straight into the main base of Hip Hop. He's building a supply depot, so he may see this coming. He's got a Marine in the main base. The rest of his forces are down on the low ground, including the Siege Tank. Siege Tech is not done. To be a huge boon in this fight. Stimpack on the way as well, but all of the units unloaded. Will he force field the ramp in time? No! Half the Terran units get up. He's going to need to clean this up. He pulls back. More units warping in. This should be enough to overpower these Marauders. They don't have concussive shells, so these Zealots are going to do a lot of damage. And oh no, UnKnOwN, send in your units. You've got to micro these Stalkers and the Sentry at the back here. The Zealot is just taking all the damage. Meanwhile, here we go, another big warp in. Production, we've only got Marines and Marauders coming out. We don't have another tank from Hip Hop. He's pulling SCVs off the line, but there's no units to do the damage while the SCVs tank it. It looks like Hip Hop is in a lot of trouble here. More warps in, and there's the GG. UnKnOwN ties up the series at 1-1, and we're going into game number 3 straight after this.